What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. So we are going to be taking a look at an in-depth data-driven analysis of two La Liga fullbacks. Both of these guys are Brazilian. One is future stars Renan Lodi, and one is future stars Emerson. Lodi plays on the left, Emerson plays on the right, but I still thought it'd be a good comparison given that they have the same nation, they're both from the same promo, and they both play in La Liga. So I actually didn't notice this statistical comparison before, but both of them do have an anchor chemistry style on them, and it looks like Lodi actually has some of the better stats. And when you look at the data I have to show you a little bit later, that'll be interesting to you as well. So I figured, I've played 10 games with each of them, recorded stats for 9. This is the 10th game I'm going to be recording stats for. So what I figured is with defenders, maybe I can start making defenders a dual video and including 2 defenders as a comparison, almost like my Versus series. So this will kind of be the modified version of Versus, I think, where we just get a ton of information, put it together, and really compare these two guys. Plus, it makes the gameplay a little bit better because now we're not just focusing on one player defensively, we're focusing on 2. So I just thought that might make the gameplay a little bit better and the video a little bit more interesting. So I'm done waffling on the beginning of this video here. We are going to jump right into a FUT Champions game. As you can see, I'm a little bit crazy. I did the Prime Icons kit. I don't really like it as much as I thought I did when I did it. I had to give up an 83 rated squad for it. I'm a little bit crazy. So we're playing a half Bundesliga, half Premier League team here with Langley back there and Silesen in goal. Now I've reviewed Silesen, not as informed, but didn't love him. Hero's very good. Lewandowski's an interesting choice at striker. He must be very good with him, especially not to use any upgraded version of him. So again, we are going to be focusing on the fullbacks here. They are set to stay back ball attacking, but at some point, probably in the second half, I will give them the license to roam forward, and so we can see them in a little bit more of an attacking sense. That's what I've been doing in some of the games I've been tracking stats for. You'll see, you'll see when we get to the data that one of them is far more adventurous, shall we say, than the other. We do switch to a 4-2-3-1 in-game, and we are already in the box, but he couldn't pull the Berba spin. Now Emerson's got a chance to win the ball back high up at the pitch, but he actually passes out of it. Renan Lodi now has a chance to defend. See, this is why I like reviewing both of them, because even if they go from one side of the pitch to the other, I'm still able to track them. Now Lewandowski scored already. I thought he might be an offside. That's why I didn't defend that as well as I probably should have. So after dissing Lewandowski, he, of course, scores on me. Let's get Renan Lodi involved. Let's see if he can pick a pass here. Cordoba looks like he's making a run in behind, and that is a great pass from Renan Lodi. Cordoba cuts inside. Nice Berba spin. Oh, and I thought we had the goal back just like that. Unfortunately, doesn't look like it in this case, and now we're on the defensive again. Emerson, can he track back? Okay, him and PK are going to switch now. Nice interception. We read that pass really well, and he gets to that interception nicely. Let's see if Cordoba can get to Iñaki Williams, who does, and then wins the ball back after a little tussle there. We're going to try to play that back somewhere. Okay, can we get there? Not quite. My weekend league has been mixed results so far. Definitely not playing as well as I normally do. Another opportunity here with Emerson. Again, I have played 9 games with these guys. The pace is absolutely great. I think their physical has... I've been happy with both of them as well. Attacking-wise, I think Emerson's has the advantage, even though statistically it wouldn't support that. I don't know. I have to take a deeper look at maybe his work rates or something, but there's something going on where Emerson is just getting involved more offensively. They're on the same instruction. They have the same chemistry style. Stats would suggest Renan Lodi should be the one doing that, but you'll see the data doesn't necessarily support that theory. So, oh, that should be a goal. Left foot. Oh, finish. Nice. Kubo. I love this Kubo card, by the way. There's a review on my channel. Check it out. If I remember, I'll throw a card up here. But he is awesome. Really, really good. Takafusa Kubo. I mean, obviously, I know that's a tap-in, but it's all about attacking positioning. Like, when they're in chances, or when they're in positions for tap-ins like that, it's because he has great attacking positioning. His pace is electric. His dribbling is great. Anyway, but this is not a Kubo review. We've already done that. This is an Emerson review. And that move actually, if you remember, did start with an Emerson winning back the ball, just as he starts it with a pass there. Technically, PK won that ball back, so can't give Emerson too much credit. But he did make the first pass, And now we look to be in on goal again. And Iñaki Williams has a horrible left foot, so our opponent knew that and kind of shaded him nicely. So I couldn't spin. He does have outside of the foot trait, but that wasn't really the right position to be trying to use that. Let's see if Valverde can stop him. He does. Renan Lodi collects a loose ball, plays a nice through ball back to Valverde, opening up great space as he pushes his fullback forward for Cordoba. I really got to stop using the Berba spin. He has it totally sussed out. So that will be the last time we use that skill move. Renan Lodi pushing up, now falling back as he moves forward, and now providing a good option for our center back to move the ball up into the midfield and now forward. Williams on the ball. Again, bad on that left foot. So, Valverde picks it up in the middle of the field, finds Frankie de Jong, and there's no way we're not hitting this. Oh my God, Lenglet. How are you even still standing? Kubo, nice shot. Hierro now the next one on the injured list. De Jong hit that with such power. Look how far up Emerson pushed, even though he's on stay back while attacking. He's not on constant pressure or anything, but he knew he could get that ball, and he did, and he created another chance for us. So that's what I mean. He's just a little more aggressive. Actually, maybe his aggression might be the stat that makes the difference there. Oh, good 1-2. Can we push a ball across the box to the back post? Not quite. Cordoba can't get on the end of it. Iñaki Williams looking to cover this pass. Oh, Renan Lodi. See, he's just a step slower. Like, it was a very similar situation. Emerson wins that ball. Lodi did not. So, can we get it to Cordoba? We do. Let's smash that ball across the goal. Ah, close. This is a pretty good game so far. A lot of back and forth. We've had chances. He's had a couple of chances as well. Now Emerson's way out of position, and that is the danger that you run a little bit. He didn't capitalize on it, but you saw how far. And partially that was me pulling him out of position. That is a good interception from Renan Lodi there, but a tough pass. We do manage to keep the ball, but only just. We beat his midfielder nicely. Berba spins in the middle of the field might be the move. He doesn't look like he's tracking those as well. Valverde has space in the box and puts it into the upper left-hand corner. What a finish. Federico Valverde, review to come. I've been tracking stats on him as well. He's an expensive card. He's like over 800K right now, but he is great. I am so surprised. I didn't want to like him because I think I might have to keep him now, and I wanted to get the coins back. But he's impressed me, so be on the lookout for that. Great tackle there from Renan Lodi, and he's frustrated now, so he does get fouled. Hopefully he doesn't quit because that would make for an uninteresting review, and he did. So, we'll just take a quick look at this game. 7.6 for Emerson, 7.3 for Lodi. You can see that no shots or anything. 5 out of 5 passes completed for Emerson, just 3 out of 4 for his counterpart. 3 out of 3 dribbles for Lodi, while 2 out of 2 for Emerson. And you can see tackles. Emerson doubled Lodi's total with 2. So I am going to input all of this data, and I'll be back in just a second with both of those data sheets. All right, guys, so we are going to jump into the statistical analysis portion of the episode now. So let's have a look first at average rating, okay? Interestingly, that last game that we recorded, this was that game we recorded. That last game ended up getting the average rating of his average rating, or getting the game rating of his average rating, which is kind of interesting. Now, he was all over the board. Had one as high as 8.2, and that's, I think, mostly because he had really high passing rating and won the ball back 7 times, which didn't come close to 7 times in any of the other games. I think that's why he got such a high rating. Did have one as low as 6.5, where we only won the ball back 1 time. The 7.7 is interesting. I'm not sure why he got so high, except maybe he made a lot of passes, something like that. Not winning the ball back at all. But basically, his range was 6.5 to 8.2. So about a 1.7, is that? 1.7 or 1.7 differential there, which is interesting, averaging out at about 7.3. Now, 7.3 for a defender, not bad, not great, of course. So then we can go take a look. He did play 735 minutes all at left back. Most of the games were full games. A couple were longer. A couple were rage quits. So obviously no real attacking stats. The reason that says this is because we're trying to divide by 0. But you take a look at his passing percentage, 85%. I'm happy with that. That's very good out of any player. Defenders obviously should be higher than attackers because theoretically they're making less risky passes, but 85 is still a good percent. Anything over 80 I'm happy with. Didn't make a ton of passes per game, only attempting about 8 and completing almost 7. As far as dribbles, took about 5.5 per game and completed 5 of them, almost 5 of them. So that was good for an almost 90% dribbling rate, which is good. I'm happy with that. 4-star skills is something I want to highlight out of a fullback. Can be good if you're really using them to push forward. I generally don't, as you can see from the limited offensive stats. I think a solid back four is generally more important, and so I'm more concerned with how they defend as we look over here. Now, he won the ball back. I should really put equals some on-the-fly editing. Love that. Of this and this and this. So that is the number of times he won the ball back on average per 90 minutes. So we'll just move that down. What should we call that? Win possession percentage? Win possession percentage? Yeah, I like that. It's going to get way too big when we full size it. But yeah, so that's how many times he won back. Oh, it's not even a percentage. That's how many times he won back the ball per game. Over 3 times winning that back per game. We'll call it something eventually, but that's what that number means. And that's important, and I think that's big. That can be, in terms of looking at your defenders for defending, that's the number you want to see as high as possible. So let's move into Emerson now. As you can see, we are just a little bit wide here. Is this too big? I think that's too big. That's better. Sorry for the noise in the background. My cat's going a little bit nutso over there. Okay, now you can see this here. We will just say equals sum, but we will get to it, of these. Very good. Okay, so he obviously played all his games at right back. They were all playing together in the same game. A couple of really high ratings here. If you just take the average of his first 5 games, he was awesome. 8.1, 8, 8.1, 8.4, just a 7.4 there. And I think that was due in part. He made a couple of key passes. He had assists in his 2 best games. Another key pass here. He actually made a key dribble in this game, which is interesting. Now, he has offensive contribution. Okay? He actually got 2 assists. He actually contributed 3 key passes. Okay? Now, 2 of those were the assists, but even so. Attempted slightly more passes per game. Completed slightly more passes per game. Not quite as good a percentage, but was involved more. Dribbling is very much the same, but did a little bit more of it. If you remember, we go back over here. It was 5.5, and now for Emerson, it's almost 7 per game he's attempting. And then we look at 3-star. 3-star did have the anchor on him, of course. This is out of whack. Let me fix that. Oh, something there's out of whack. Oh, it's the price. 198K. If you remember, Renan Lodi was 203K. So prices are very, very similar. Emerson just a couple K cheaper. Depending on the day, that may not even be the case. Defensively, it does look like Renan Lodi was better with a 3.3 versus a 3. Sorry about that. She is going crazy over there. Versus a 3.18. But otherwise, stats are very similar. So my verdict is that both of these are great cards. He did have Emerson did have the higher average rating. Fullback's average rating is always going to be tough. Defenders in general, in fact, it's going to be tough to get really high average ratings. So let's compare these stats. Now, Renan Lodi had the higher defensive metrics, won the ball back more times for you per game. Okay, he also had the better passing. But if you were looking for a more offensive fullback, something about Emerson definitely pushed him forward a little bit more, made him a little more aggressive, a little more efficient, and his passing was more impactful, I guess I should say. He also dribbled more per game. Despite their percentage being similar, he did dribble more, and so I think a better offensive option does look like Emerson, but a better defensive option is going to be your man Lodi. Again, of course, you can play these two in the same team, just as I was doing. So that is definitely an option. One is, but I would have to say, given the analysis, given the statistics, given what I saw in this game, Emerson's more offensive, Lodi's more defensive, but I'd recommend both as perfectly good fullbacks in either a Brazilian team or a La Liga team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe. If you're new here, every single interaction really does help the channel. Really do appreciate everything that you guys do for this channel. Great support on the stream Friday night. I'm actually recording this after that stream. This will be up on Saturday. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helped you out. Hope you enjoy this opinion. If you disagree, if you agree, put it down in the comments below. Again, every interaction is important. But yeah, that's going to be it. Make sure you check out the end screen for another 5 seconds. Click on another video. YouTube will recommend one for you, and my latest one will be up there. So that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks.